My biome is a desert, which is often found around 30 degrees north latitude or 30 degrees south latitude. Some major deserts are the Gobi Desert, the Sahara Desert, and the Australian's Great Sandy Desert. Plants in deserts can be categorized as succulents, wildflowers, and grasses, shrubs, and trees. Some examples of succulents are the cigar cacti, the prickly pear, and the golden barrel cactus. All cacti are succulents, which means that they either have fleshy leaves or stems in order to store water. Plants in general that have these engorged sections to store water in are called xerophytes. Because desert rains are brief and intense, succulents have very wide but very shallow root systems. However, plants that have extremely deep root systems in order to reach the water table are called phreatophytes. Succulents and many other plants in the desert often have waxy exteriors and reduced surface area to prevent evaporation. Additionally, to prevent evaporation, these plants trap carbon dioxide at night and then photosynthesize during the day because it is cooler at night so that less water evaporates when they open their pores. When a succulent plant runs out of water, it can enter a dormant state where its metabolism slows dramatically until the next rain. Many desert plants, like the Mojave spurge, are perennials, which means that they are dormant for most of the year except during the rainy season if there is one. A few examples of desert-adapted animals are the pronghorn, the fennec fox, the ostrich, and the Sonoran desert toad. Mammals in the desert, as demonstrated by the fennec fox, often have large ears in order to help release heat. Because deserts have little to no cover, the pronghorn has become one of the fastest land mammals on Earth, which it does by running with its mouth wide open in order to outrun its predators. For the same reason, the ostrich has long, strong legs and short wings to help it balance running at high speeds. The most distinct characteristic of the desert biome is the very low rainfall. A desert can be warm or cold and even have very heavy snowfall, but it is characterized by the very low levels of rainfall. Traditionally in deserts, herding livestock was the main food supply. Desert farming does date back thousands of years, but only in a few select areas. Modern desert farming employs the use of drip irrigation, desalination, and water reuse. However, most desert countries still face, or almost will certainly face, food scarcity in the near future because of rapid population growth. Often, outdoor activities in the deserts are based around the dunes, which are often mostly sand. These can include dune sliding, horseback riding, or camel racing. Because of arid conditions in many deserts, buildings are often designed to minimize energy used for cooling by employing small window films to moderate heat and light, north and west facing porches to block light in the summer and afternoons respectively, and concrete-filled and insulated walls which act as thermal mass storage systems. A major health hazard in the desert is dust inhalation. The Sahara Desert alone produces about half of the yearly global mineral dust. Dust is produced in deserts because plant cover is typically very sparse and soils are often dry, allowing wind to easily erode the soil into the air. Dust has been linked to respiratory, cardiovascular, and cardiopulmonary diseases. UNESCO has a chairperson devoted to aeromology, the study of desert formation and preservation, to prevent desertification because of this hazard. Deserts can contain fragile ecosystems which can be disrupted by one unusually wet or unusually dry season. Climate change has caused faster warming in deserts than the rest of the world on average. This causes plants to dry out, making them more vulnerable to wildfires. The eastern desert of Egypt contains many phosphate mining operations, which can contaminate the groundwater with trace elements like lead, zinc, copper, and nickel. Because deserts are typically sparsely inhabited by humans, they were often used as nuclear testing grounds, killing off any wildlife in the area. Oil and gas operations can also disrupt sensitive habitats for threatened and endangered species.